Good morning mga kahuan! It's Jericho B. Amon, an advocate from the Mountain Movers Life Group for Every Juan. In this advocacy, we are aiming to provide different life advices that could help you to overcome your mental problems, especially now that we're facing a lot of problems in this time of pandemic. So for today's video, I would like to impart to you the tips on how to master your emotions. Mastering your emotions is one great help for you to handle your mood better, for you to see things in a better perspective, and could give you a more stable mental health. First, let me tell you the three main factors that affects our emotion. First is physiology, next is language, and third is focus. Number 1, physiology. The way you move your body can influence the emotion that you are feeling at the moment. Take for instance, if you face downward and you avoid upright position when you are walking or sitting, you would probably be feeling a sadder emotion. But if you try to hold your head up high, pull your shoulders back and chest out, and take some deep breaths, it could actually make you feel better and confident. Being in this stable state could help you to think clearer of what decision you should be making if ever you are in an uncertain situation. Number 2, language. Language is a broad aspect that comes in various and extensive forms. One of those forms is your inner monologues or your self-conversation. Your words that you are saying to yourself mentally. It can deeply influence your emotional state. For instance, if ever you find yourself in a hard situation, saying, "Why is this happening to me?" will actually make your mood sadder. But if you say positive words to yourself like, "How can I benefit from this problem?" it will provide you a more positive state of mind. The way you talk to yourself, the words you say to yourself, constantly plays an important role to your personal interpretation of a situation and how that situation will affect your emotional state. The question is, how can you change your language to turn your negative emotions into positive and empowering ones? Number 3 is focus. Where focus goes, energy flows. Deciding on the things you want to focus on has also an impact on your emotional state. So you better keep your focus on your goal. Focus on your positive objectives, on positive things like where are you good at, rather than focusing on those negative things like your fear or your imperfections and flaws. Next time you find yourself wallowing in a state of uncertainty, try to focus on what you can do in that situation and how can you act to move yourself to a more positive outcome. This act could give you more positivity and less negativity. Now, let's move on to the steps on how to master your emotions. Step 1. Identify your emotion. The initial step that you should be able to do to master your emotion is to be able to identify the current emotion that you are experiencing. This is important because uncertainty about the type of emotion that you're experiencing will hinder you to identify the actions that you should be taking. To help you learn how to better identify your emotion, ask yourself this question: what am I feeling right now? Identify if you're happy, if you're sad or disappointed, or whatever emotion you might have in the moment. Step number 2. Appreciate your emotions. Resisting the emotion you feel is not healthy and can prove to make things a lot more complicated. In fact, resisting your emotion can cause uncertainty and prevent you from using the emotion to your advantage. But if you appreciate the emotion you experience, it can turn into something you can use and work with. You should openly acknowledge the feeling and search for its true meaning and significance. For example, maybe something suddenly came up and made you feel frustrated or stressed. Instead of fighting the frustration, try to acknowledge that you're frustrated. And what specific circumstances make you feel frustrated? Once you are able to acknowledge your emotion and openly study it, you will be ready to move on to the next step. Step number 3. Analyze your emotions. One of the most important things you can do at this stage is get curious. Curiosity opens new doors to different perspectives and opportunities. It helps you to gain unique insight to your emotion and the circumstances you find yourself in. Your feeling may lead you to ask yourself the following questions. What does this emotion offer to me? What ways does this emotion serve me? What can I do to make things better? How can I get the outcome that I want? How can I learn from this to better my future? It is important to remember that emotions are felt for certain reasons. So you're likely feeling this emotion because it is or it will be beneficial for you in the future. Emotions can teach you valuable lessons about yourself and different circumstances. Therefore, you must be open to finding necessary answers to help you insightfully overcome the emotional roadblocks that you are going through. Step number 4. Forgive your emotional triggers. Emotional triggers can be people, places, or things that trigger you to feel a certain way. This may also include your relatives, your best friend, or your family members, and maybe even yourself. Maybe you feel sudden waves of anger when your friend does something you just can't stand, or you get this disappointing feeling when you remember a situation where you could have done something better. Learning how to forgive yourself and others for the things that may have triggered your emotions will prove to be the key in helping you detach yourself from the emotions that accompany them, including maybe the resentment, the jealousy, or the anger lingering inside. If you can detach yourself from the trigger and learn how to allow people to simply be who they are without letting your emotions escalate and bring on negativity, then it would be something that would benefit your emotional and mental state. Step number 5. See the bigger picture. Try to look at it this way. Everything that happens in our lives, whether it be good or bad, happens for a reason. Being able to analyze past moments and discern the greater meaning of a given situation means you have mastered the art of wisdom. It may be difficult to understand that at first, but as the time goes by, you will begin to see a bigger picture for everything that happens in your life. Even in the mid of an emotionally upsetting moment, trust that it serves an ultimate purpose and everything will fall in perfect order sometime in the future. Step number 6. Take action. Now that you have the information and knowledge needed to be able to respond to your emotion in a healthy manner, it is time to take proactive action to transform your emotional state for the better. Apply all your self-reflections in the previous steps on the current situation that you have right now to be able to attain the desired outcome that you are longing for. For example, if you are angry at someone, then you decided to reconcile with them, then do, because it will give you an inner peace of mind and it will improve your mental state. So that's pretty much it. If you want to share a moment in your life when you successfully or even unsuccessfully handle your emotions, don't hesitate to share it with us in the comment section, as we could give you advices that could somehow help you in your future problems and lessen your worries. And if you have any problems in life which affects your mental health, don't hesitate to message us in our Facebook page, Mountain Movers Life Group for Everyone. A charming day everyone and stay inspired.